Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to YOUheal Radio. I'm so grateful that you're joining me today. We're diving into a topic that many of us go through without even realizing it. Childhood emotional neglect. It's often subtle, but its impact can be profound, shaping how we relate to ourselves and others throughout our lives. Today, we'll explore 9 signs that might indicate you've experienced this kind of neglect. Remember, this conversation isn't about blame. It's about understanding, healing, and moving forward. So, grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's chat. Number 1. Feeling numb or disconnected from life. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, as if you're not really present in your own life? This sense of numbness often stems from emotional neglect in childhood. When your feelings weren't acknowledged or supported, you might have learned to shut them down as a protective measure. Over time, this emotional suppression can make you feel detached, not only from others, but also from your own emotions. It can be confusing when you want to feel joy or excitement, but everything seems muted. Healing begins with reconnecting to your feelings. Start by checking in with yourself regularly. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Try journaling or mindfulness exercises to help surface those emotions without judgment. Remember, it's okay to feel, and it's a journey worth taking. Number 2, being defensive. Do you find yourself getting defensive at the slightest hint of criticism? This reaction often stems from a childhood where emotional safety was lacking. If you felt that you had to protect yourself from emotional hurt, you may have developed a defensive stance as a way to guard against perceived threats. This instinct can make it hard to have open and honest conversation. To work on this, practice pausing when you feel defensive. Ask yourself, is this feedback really an attack, or is it just my old wounds talking? The more you practice this pause, the easier it becomes to respond with openness rather than defensiveness, allowing for more authentic connections. Number 3. People-pleasing and downplaying your needs. Are you always putting others first, even to your own detriment? If your emotional needs were dismissed in childhood, you might have learned that your worth comes from pleasing others. This leads to a pattern of people-pleasing when you minimize your own needs, often feeling exhausted and invisible. It's important to recognize that your needs matter just as much as anyone else's. Start small by practicing self-care. Maybe say no to something that doesn't feel right, or carve out time for yourself. Reconnecting with your own desires can be challenging, but it's a vital step toward healing. Number 4. Feeling like you can't ask for help. Do you feel like you have to handle everything on your own? This often stems from a lack of emotional support in childhood, leading to an ingrained belief that asking for help is a sign of weakness. As a result, you may feel overly independent, even when support is available. It's important to shift this mindset. Asking for help is not a weakness, but a way to connect with others. Begin by accepting small offers of help or advice from friends. You'll likely find that allowing others to support you strengthens your relationships and eases the burdens you carry. Number 5. Feeling guilty for being happy. Have you ever felt guilty when you experience happiness? This feeling often arises when joy wasn't celebrated in childhood, creating an internal belief that you don't deserve to feel good. It's as if you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. To counter this, give yourself permission to embrace happiness without guilt. Start a gratitude practice where you acknowledge the moments of joy in your life, no matter how small. Remind yourself that you are worthy of happiness and it's okay to enjoy the good things in life. Number 6, avoiding conflict. Do you tend to shy away from conflict even when it's necessary? Many people who experienced emotional neglect learn to avoid conflict to keep the peace, often at the expense of their own needs. This avoidance can lead to resentment and unexpressed feelings. To heal this, practice expressing your thoughts and feelings in safe spaces. Start small. Share a minor discomfort with someone you trust. Conflict doesn't have to be destructive. It can be an opportunity for growth and understanding in your relationships. Number 7, compulsive lying. Do you find yourself lying even when it's not necessary? Compulsive lying can be a defense mechanism that develops when honesty feels unsafe. If telling the truth led to emotional pain in your childhood, you may have learned to lie as a way to protect yourself. Healing starts with practicing honesty in safe situations. Begin by being truthful about minor things and gradually build your confidence. You'll find that honesty can lead to deeper connections and a stronger sense of self-worth. Number 8, struggling to trust people. If trusting others feels like an uphill battle, it might stem from childhood experiences where your emotional needs were unmet. This can lead to a fear of vulnerability and a reluctance to open up, making relationships feel challenging. Building trust takes time. Start by identifying people in your life who have shown they can be trusted. Allow yourself to share small pieces of yourself with them. Each positive experience will help reinforce that vulnerability can lead to meaningful connections. Number 9, seeking unavailable partners. Do you often find yourself drawn to partners who aren't fully available? This pattern often stems from childhood emotional neglect, where you might have learned that your needs wouldn't be met. As a result, you may subconsciously seek out relationships that mirror that experience. To break this pattern, recognize that you deserve a partner who is present and supportive. Take time to reflect on your relationship choices and consider what you truly need in a partner. Healing means giving yourself permission to seek out relationships that fulfill you emotionally. Wow, that was a lot to unpack, but I hope it helps you understand yourself and your experiences better. Remember, recognizing these signs is about awareness and compassion, not blame. Each step toward understanding is a step toward healing. Thank you for spending time with me today. If any of this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with anyone you think might benefit. Until next time, take care of your heart. You deserve all the love and care in the world.